In this episode of Are You Stupid or Are You Racist? I love the number of white American men who are really standing with billionaires and capitalism when historically they weren't white. They weren't what was considered a real man because the suit came out in the Industrial Revolution. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, people who wore suits were landed gentry. They were the ones who had power. And actually, at the beginning of the United States, people who were poor and didn't have land but white still were not seen as full citizens. And then one of the things that happened with suits is that it could be worn by everyone. It became sort of a classless society. It's also not a cultural dress of a specific group of people. There's like no folk art tradition, like the ancient, I don't know what's, wore suits. Not true. It's just a commercial aesthetic. It's no different than wearing Nikes. So the suit was basically so that people of all classes who were men could seem sort of manly and equal. But the biggest thing about suits is it actually retained all that class distinction, with people who are wealthy still having beautifully made suits. And men, particularly at the beginning of the 20th century, when many, many men wore suits, could clearly tell who stood in which place in the hierarchy of society. So simping for suits kind of makes it seem like you love being at the bottom of society, but that's a you thing. You'll have to deal with that yourself. If you really can't tell the difference between everybody wearing suit and white women trying to antagonize black women with Fulani braids, a historical African-American folk tradition of hairstyle, Alan, you're gonna have to answer that question. Are you stupid or are you racist?